Are you programmed or what? Just because you think you know. Can you remember when you were a little baby? I know some of you can. I can't. But anyhow, babies have a really distinct attraction to magic. You can entertain a baby forever and ever if you just reach to it through your imagination. But then, hey, we all know. That's an early fetish that soon disappears. It's programmed away. We're taught to become sane. Rational. Okay. And we are also programmed to respect rational. And to look and see that that is what we really need to learn here. But all the while, there's this other part of us that we were born with. That if we push it away, we'll recede, but it never disappears. We've all gone to school. We've all learned the things that we've learned. We've all come out. We're educated. We know what's going on. We're cool. We're smart. We can do within the parameters of what we've learned, and knowing that we'll be successful if we live within those parameters. But there are a few of us who are born rebels, and we do not buy into that. We may try it out, we may feel compelled that we have to, especially if we get in trouble with the authorities. You know, that's like getting in trouble with the law. It teaches you to be afraid. And to be afraid of your own inner sense of self that dwells within another realm of reality. I can remember one time that I was in school and I did something, who knows what, but my teacher said, "Well, now, Clark, are you satisfied?" And I looked at her and I said, "No! As a matter of fact, I'll never be satisfied." Which just blew her back. And I was kind of surprised with the vehemence of my own voice, because after all, I was speaking to a person of authority. But you see, what I'm driving at here is that all of us have within us those energies, and of those energies, ingredients to create whole new worlds if we trust ourselves and choose to live the magic of our imaginations. After all, it's the largest nation there is. But you have to be willing to let go of the predetermination that everything is a learned system. And if you don't, you're going to find that the system affects your mind to where your mind only operates within a system. And then you're locked into the system. It reaches a dead end. You see, in order for your mind to be released and to actually experience the freedom of its capacity to express, to explore, to discover, and to bring new things that this culture today needs. Because you see, this culture today is dying. All you have to do is look around and see it. It needs revitalizing. As a matter of fact, it needs a transformation. And what can bring about that transformation is by you choosing to live your own magic. And you got it. You see, we experience some of it today. It's not to say that we destroy all systems, but that we recognize them and then go beyond the limits of them. We go into launching entirely new realities that outdistance what this culture, this society is producing. So it's like we go back and we tap into some of the excitement of the invisible, but that we can reach from within ourselves, just like the baby we used to be, but with a developed sense of capacity that we learned in the process of growing older. You ever notice this, how when those who are of a higher intelligence go and visit a primitive society. They look at that primitive society and they see the society revolves around magic. Well, what else can they do? They don't have any science. They don't know any better. And thereby just totally dismiss, because if they didn't dismiss their magic, then they might find something that's beyond what they lived themselves. And this is something that I'm sharing with you because this is something that we have to encounter within our own selves. And that is to go beyond the limitations of what we believe we know because we learned it. You see, I want magic. Magic fuels me. Magic stirs me with a sense of self and capacity, and with the possibility of my discovering more that lies just a little bit beyond what I have experienced so far. I guess that's why, as growing up, I was so receptive to hallucinogenics. That because I felt they had the possibility of taking me beyond what my current day world said was right, acceptable. Well, certainly I did try them, and guess what? I found out, by God, they do take you beyond. But it isn't a matter of depending upon them. It's a matter of seeing that they allow you to enter into other realms of yourself that you can develop on your own. You do not have to become dependent upon them any more than you have to become dependent upon any kind of system. Because you see, there's something about you, your imagination, that is real, and it's awaiting your awakening to it. It's awaiting you to actually open up so that you can experience more of what this whole thing is all about. Even the things that we think we know, we don't know them. We've only come to believe that they are the way that they are because we've been taught that's the way they are. Well, what if we open up and start exploring with our imagination? Will we find anything? Will it be anything worthwhile? Or will you disappear? Scary, isn't it? The thought of disappearing. I find it rather attractive, really. There are many times I'd like to disappear from this world, for sure. At least for 5 seconds. But you see, what I'm talking about is scary to some people who are afraid to go beyond the system. But you know, if they do open up, then they begin to hear their imagination say, "Oh, you've got an imprisoned mind? I can change that. I've got untold power. I can bring your mind to a place where it is liberated and it enjoys living, being who it is. It enjoys discovering more. It enjoys bringing those discoveries forth that are for the benefit of all those who have a receptivity." You see, I'm not talking about this just from a selfish perspective of pleasing yourself. Although you can please yourself by serving. You can please yourself by giving. And if you can ever bring those two together, then you're going to, with your imagination, unleash these powers in ways of service that truly make you feel good about you being you. Unless, of course, you are at this moment a selfish hog, and that's okay. It is okay. Really. I mean, all of us, we've been there, done that, right? But the point is that if you are hearing this today, you're hearing a message of encouragement for you to go beyond the boundaries of the learned system that has you locked into believing you can't go any farther, you can't be any more, you can't really be happy. But then again, I'm not saying this for you to take my word for it. I'm using myself and my words to reach into you, to stir you to the point where you get stirred and you say, I want magic too. I want the magic of my imagination. I want it to come forth. I want to experience some more of what I came here to live instead of, at age whatever, retiring and calling it a day. Retiring to what? I can't imagine retiring. Retiring from what I'm doing? I'm having more fun doing what I'm doing now than I did 30 years ago. I'm finding my life more exciting now than I did back then. And the reason is I am learning to trust myself and move beyond who I believe myself to be and allowing my imagination to fuel me with magic so that it helps me to open up. And even in the moment of stillness, experience other realities that exist that I would never discover without ever trusting myself in meditation and allowing myself to be receptive to what is there to be experienced. You see, I'm in no wise encouraging you to run away from yourself. As a matter of fact, I'm encouraging you to learn how to love yourself. And in loving yourself, trust yourself with your imagination and let the magic of your imagination come alive. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So can you with me say, I want my magic.
I want my magic.
I want the magic of my imagination.
I want the magic of my imagination.
Now, if you really mean it, then you're going to find that something happens in you, to you, through you, and it will be because you stirred that genie that will come forth just like out of Aladdin's lamp and will say, thy wish is my command. Thank you. And I mean it. For more information about the Metaphysical Church of Enlightenment or the Rodin Foundation, please go to our website at www.rodin.org. If you have been inspired by the revelations shared in these podcasts, please donate to the Rodin Foundation's ongoing efforts to help others help themselves at www.rodin.org/donate.